Most home gardens are built around plants that are designed to complete their entire life cycle in a single season. They sprout, grow, produce fruit, and then shut down as temperatures drop. The moment the harvest ends, the plant's job is done. The next year, the process starts again from seed. That structure works for seasonal eating. It works for short-term harvests. It even works for filling a pantry during peak summer. But from a system point of view, it means your food production depends on restarting the same biological process every year. Soil has to be prepared again. Seeds have to germinate again. Roots have to establish again. And until that process finishes, nothing is being produced. Perennial plants like tamarillo operate differently. Once established, they don't begin the season from zero. Their root systems remain active beneath the soil, already developed and ready to support new growth as conditions improve. Instead of rebuilding from seed, they resume from structure. Over time, that difference becomes measurable. An annual crop must regrow its entire body before producing anything useful. A perennial plant begins each season with its framework already in place, allowing it to focus on continued growth and fruiting rather than survival. That shift changes the role of a plant in a garden from something you replace to something that keeps working. But that kind of reliability doesn't start with fruit. It starts with structure. You see, when a tamarillo is grown from seed, the plant typically spends its first several months developing structure rather than fruit. During this period, energy is directed into building a stable root system and a central stem capable of supporting future growth. In warm conditions with adequate light, a young tamarillo can reach over a meter in height within its first year, yet still produce little or no usable fruit during that time. This early stage is known as the establishment phase. Unlike annual vegetables, which are selected to move quickly from germination to harvest within a single season, perennial fruiting plants are structured to invest in long-term support systems first. Roots extend deeper into the soil profile. Woody tissue begins to form along the lower stem. Branching patterns develop that will later determine the plant's fruiting capacity. Once this framework is in place, the growth pattern changes. Mature tamarillo plants commonly begin fruiting between 12 and 18 months from seed, or earlier when propagated from cuttings taken from an established tree. After that point, seasonal regrowth occurs from an already developed base. Instead of restarting the process from germination each year, the plant resumes growth using its existing root network, allowing it to produce fruit annually without replanting. The delay at the beginning supports the production that follows. And it gets better. Sadly, fresh produce has a short biological timeline once it leaves the plant. In most common fruits and vegetables, ripening continues after harvest through a process driven by respiration and ethylene production. Enzymes begin breaking down cell walls. Moisture slowly escapes through the skin. Microorganisms present on the surface multiply, especially in warm or humid conditions. Over time, this leads to softening, discoloration, and eventually decay. Thin-skinned fruits are particularly vulnerable to this process. Tomatoes, for example, have a delicate epidermal layer that allows gases and moisture to pass through relatively easily. This helps them ripen quickly on the vine, yet it also accelerates water loss and microbial entry after picking. At room temperature, post-harvest quality typically begins to decline within days. Tamarillo fruit develops differently. The outer skin is thicker and more fibrous, forming a semi-permeable barrier around the pulp. This layer reduces the rate at which moisture evaporates and slows the exchange of gases between the fruit and its environment. As a result, respiration continues at a lower pace after harvest. When stored in a cool, dry location with adequate airflow, intact tamarillos can remain usable for extended periods without refrigeration. Their protective skin limits microbial penetration and delays structural breakdown of the flesh inside. In practical terms, this allows harvested fruit to sit at room temperature for weeks, and in some cases several months, before spoilage becomes significant, reducing reliance on energy-intensive preservation methods such as freezing or canning. And that raises the next question. What happens when the temperature begins to fall? Well, temperature tolerance determines whether a perennial plant survives from one season to the next. Tamarillo is adapted to mild, frost-free environments and performs best in subtropical or warm temperate climates. Growth slows significantly as temperatures approach freezing, and prolonged exposure to frost can damage leaf tissue, disrupt vascular flow within the stem, and in severe cases, kill the plant back to its base. Nighttime temperatures below approximately -2 degrees Celsius can cause visible injury, especially in young or unprotected specimens. However, the plant's relatively shallow root system allows it to be grown in containers during its early years. This makes seasonal relocation possible in regions where outdoor winter temperatures fall below its tolerance range. During warm months, a potted tamarillo can remain outside to receive full sun and natural rainfall. As temperatures begin to decline in autumn, the same plant can be moved indoors, into a greenhouse, or into an unheated but frost-protected structure, such as a garage with windows or a sunroom. Inside, metabolic activity slows rather than stopping entirely. With access to light and moderate warmth, the plant maintains its structure through winter, reducing the risk of dieback. When outdoor conditions improve again in spring, it can be returned outside without having to restart growth from seed. This mobility allows growers in cooler climates to maintain a perennial fruiting plant across multiple years despite seasonal frost. But survival alone doesn't guarantee that a plant will keep producing at the same level year after year. As tamarillo grows, most of its fruit develops on new, actively growing wood rather than on older, hardened branches. Over time, sections of the canopy that once supported heavy fruiting begin to lose efficiency. Light penetration decreases. Air circulation becomes restricted. Energy is redirected toward maintaining existing tissue instead of producing new shoots. Without intervention, this can reduce both fruit size and total annual yield. Light structural pruning helps manage this process. Removing older or crowded branches encourages the plant to produce fresh growth, the same growth that supports the next cycle of flowering and fruiting. This also lowers the overall canopy height, making harvesting more manageable as the tree matures. Wind exposure presents another consideration. Tamarillo roots are relatively shallow compared to deeper-rooted fruit trees. In areas with strong seasonal winds, mature plants may require staking or shelter from prevailing gusts to prevent stem damage or root destabilization. Mulching around the base helps regulate soil moisture and reduces temperature fluctuations near the root zone. These practices do not accelerate growth, they preserve it. Over multiple seasons, basic canopy management and root protection support consistent fruiting, allowing the plant to continue producing usable harvests year after year without needing to be replaced. And once that production is stable, the next step is expanding it. After a tree reaches stable growth, parts of its semi-hardwood stems can be used to grow new plants that are genetically identical to the original. That process is called vegetative propagation. It involves cutting a firm but still flexible branch from the current season and placing it in a separate medium where it can develop roots. A cutting taken from an actively growing shoot is trimmed to include several leaf nodes. Lower leaves are removed to reduce moisture loss, and the base is placed into moist soil or a sterile rooting mix. Under warm conditions with indirect light, root development can begin within a few weeks. Because the cutting originates from a mature plant, it retains the biological age of the parent. This means the resulting clone may reach flowering and fruiting stages sooner than a seed-grown plant, which must pass through a full juvenile phase before reproduction begins. Over time, a single established tamarillo can provide multiple viable cuttings across growing seasons. Each of these cuttings has the potential to develop into an independent fruiting tree once rooted and hardened off. But increasing the number of plants only matters if what they produce continues to meet real nutritional needs. The fruit contains vitamin C for immune support and tissue repair, along with dietary fiber that supports digestion and helps manage blood glucose levels. It also offers potassium, which plays a key role in nerve signaling and muscle function. Pigmented varieties, particularly those with deep red or orange flesh, contain antioxidant compounds such as carotenoids and anthocyanins. These molecules are associated with reducing oxidative stress at the cellular level, especially when consumed regularly as part of a balanced diet. Because intact tamarillo fruit can remain usable for extended periods when stored in cool, dry conditions, these nutrients remain available beyond the immediate harvest window. Instead of relying solely on preserved or processed foods during off-season months, fresh plant-based micronutrients can still be introduced into the diet from previously harvested fruit. Over multiple seasons, this extends the nutritional contribution of a single plant beyond the weeks in which it actively produces, allowing stored harvests to supplement fresh intake during periods when other garden crops are unavailable. And that's it. So, would you rather grow something that feeds you this summer, or something that feeds you every summer after that? Share your thoughts in the comments section below, leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell for more amazing videos like this one.